I really like what you said about exile and this idea of remembering and resurrecting. And I think when I think of exile, I think of literature as a kind of corrective action to exile and to bringing voices back into the center that have been erased. And a lot of what I try to do and concentrate is try to do that in regards to the life of Latasha Harlins, who was killed in the early 1990s. And her murder is one of the catalysts for the LA riots or the LA uprisings that happened in the following year. And so I spent a lot of time in the book looking at her life and you know, those 15 years of life that she was given, and less so about her death. I'm gonna read from a section of the book. A lot of my poems don't have titles, so they'll just all run together. Everything that I've ever done, I keep in a jar marked innocent so that men can't touch it. Most flies tire of gossip they've prayed to be on the wall of. They roll such funky eyes, yawning over grown folks' most beautiful business. I sit with hands tied and a lie behind my own ass, a patient Afro donkey. I am the only trick alive and with eyes who likes outgrown acrylics, and who likes it when wind blows a water fountain show onto a sidewalk in a park the size of paradise. I think righteous confetti. Yesterday I am 26, and the home he will rape me in has not been built yet. Catching my fat reflection in an hourglass, I don't seem capable of creating what I have, a fear with proportions the size of disaster. Paradise and disaster are the exact same size for me. My fear is a park, and inside of her, a water fountain blows its show onto styrofoam boardwalks. The house she'll find me tripping in has not been built, yet it's gorgeous and owned by men who touch jars marked capable. I know facts about ancient Troy and one popular myth about Trojans. If you carry one, you won't need it. If you leave it, you'll seem clean or childishly kind. I kill a fly minding its business on a sidewalk inside of me today. Why? I know I'll enjoy the music. As a mother of something black, I owe flies nothing. Nothing. I owe nothing. Remember that. Latasha may have spent her last night of life with Jerry, this counselor from a rec center. I take the news of this tough as tit, hard as Whip LeVar, but shit, let that had been me. Aunt Notary at home, Vibe magazine funneled to a gnat's water on her lap, hair bonnet knotted and nails half periwinkle wet. She would have popped out of bed and steered the Buick with knees if it meant snatching me, her tried true maneuver to save me. But without black mamas on the night shift of our lives, many of our eyes on men go lilac with that tiny pink bow on the sternum of our undershirts missing. Having, in the nick of time, survived a man's one bed, I do admit turning my pelvis to begin it. Since everything that has a beginning must have an end, I let my assault begin so that it would end. I was at his all-white Nikes with bleach and an Oral-B when I found a VHS called Can't We All Just Get It On? Flattening some drugstore honey buns. I had agreed to watch it, but had agreed to nothing else. In the early 1870s, at the mouth of the Big Bend Tunnel, John Henry beat a mechanical steam drill in a steel driving contest. Moments after, he dropped dead from complete physical and mental exhaustion. He knew the brunch specials by heart. He knew the OJ needed 3 sugars without sipping it first. I go, can't we enjoy new foods together? Why take me someplace you've already eaten? The John Henryism hypothesis assumes that African Americans are routinely exposed to psychosocial stressors, financial strain, job insecurity, and social insults linked to race or social class that require considerable energy each day to manage. Watching suburban insecurities perforate another Keisha on Fox 5, we notice bedazzled apples on her cadaver jean butt. I go, apple bottom in 2022, where are her fur boots at? He spews Heineken down the duvet, and I consider how our denim statistically outlives its buyer while it's probable Levi Strauss and Brooks Brothers don't face this blood swag likelihood. John Henryism is measured by a participant's level of agreement with the following statements. 1, I've always felt that I could make of my life pretty much what I wanted to make of it. He keeps looking for receipts. He want to see the female I'm being during the week. Could my baby be born with that? 2, once I make up my mind to something, I stay with it until the job is completely done. In a second nightmare, I deliberately call all my dirt night skies off, hush my ovaries into a bow tie, wall-to-wall sunshine. In it, I'm a new Keisha blowing the sergeant, miming Schadenfreude in his nooses. Last thing I do is lemon the lesion, citrus visiting me with cruelty. 3, I like to do things that other people thought could not be done. Fructose is addictive, so I might be in trouble. Not that I necessarily crave it, but when it's available, I don't deprive my taste. At the OB clinic, they swab my sense, then mention the blues, though I tenant the same sick hood as you. How's your blood taking sugar with such sportsmanship? 4, when things don't go the way I want them to, that just makes me work even harder. What I meant was, could my baby be born with that tension? After Toy and Salau, I called everyone with a difficult life in my life gaslight. Before 2016, I had not heard of it. Breakfast is severed. Sunny side up eggs, little water beds. Clover honey flooding up the forehead of a bear. Kettle finna cry while his piss rings porcelain behind the only door in our apartment, but after he hit me, doors between us were over. Say we condensed Jerry's rape to fit inside the archive. Clearly there'd be a scale issue, so leave it out on 91st. We'll have it work where, as a college tutor, I shoo a leaf from its hood, and a docent offers up the number of autumns my abuser deserved to miss, if only you had given his name to name takers. Blue Tupperware still makes Russian dolls in the cabinet above the sink where I sprawled for relaxers, where Auntie rinsed cough syrup cups, snap peas, and soon I'll doll my daughter in loose jeans with no forgiveness. I'll swear to her that at first in life there will be no touching. Life will kick off like curfew at a bougie mall, and during her hard monarchy, the Holy Ghost will shout like sneezes in a hand. Guilt will whoop the habitat behind every man's head, and to his crimes will be ready to say, you tried to kill me, but you missed. Now who's the master of what happened? Thank you.